Today I'm going to discuss the framework of scope of the origin of the universe and universal sciences. You all must have an idea, a clear picture of what we are doing, what we are delivering through this channel. So that is why I am introducing this content. The framework covers everything, the key subjects that we are discussing through universal sciences through our channel. Now let me first go topic wise, the main topics. The first one is the origin of the universe, and then the second key topic is the force Q, and then the third one is universal sciences. Under universal sciences, we discuss the creation of plants, beings, society, the sun and moon, the creation of the world, creation of immortal planes, and creation of Sahasri worlds that we all are living. Right, now let me discuss this in detail so that you can understand you can have an idea of what we are actually doing. The universe's origin. Now, before I go to introduce this, what we are introducing through origin of universe and universal sciences, let me give a brief introduction about the universe's origin and what's the present world idea. What the society knows about the universe's origin. Many scientists, physicists, philosophers are talking about the origin of the universe over decades, but and also some of them have tried to introduce the universe's origin, introduce a theory for that to explain the universe's origin, but none of them have been able to introduce universe's origin because they get stuck. Reason is they get stuck because they are trying to explain the universe's origin based on some fundamentals. Mainly physicists are trying to introduce the universe's origin, try to define it, but the main problem for them is they don't have clear fundamentals in physics. One fundamental factor in physics is time. They cannot still define the time, and also the mass. Mass also not defined yet. They have introduced the standard particle model, but it's also not the final one. They themselves know that it's not the final particle model, and that undergoes changes. When they do experiments, they know that it will change, and also they need to identify the time. They need to identify the light. That also they don't have a clear idea. So not having the clear idea about those three fundamentals, the light, mass and time, they can never introduce or define the universe's origin. And also the universe's origin, we have to understand what's the universe's origin is the origin of everything. Origin of everything means origin of both living and unliving things in the universe. Now, when we are thinking about the human beings and their creation, their origin, we have a body made out of matter and also a mind. Then we have to when we are talking about the origin, we have to talk about the origin of both the mind and matter. And when it comes to the plants, also the same thing. We have to define the matter, how they were originated, how the matter originated in the universe, and also other materials, the same thing. how the other materials were originated in the universe. So the origin of everything, origin of beings, plants, matter, as well as mind. We have to define everything. We have to define from the origin, how did they originate. That is, then the universe's origin is where all those things originated, and from which all those things started to create. Nobody has an idea. And now, as I mentioned, we have to define, we have to introduce how our mind got originated. When we are going to define that, that is one of the main point that the scientists, philosophers have got stuck. They can't understand, they can't realize how the mind was originated, because when we go to the point where the mind was originated, before that point there can't be any mind. There can't be any mind before it originated. So that's the problem. Then based on this very point, focus on this very point, how the mind was originated. Then we have to think about clearly that there is a point or a time in the universe that there's no mind. The scientists keep trying to find the relationship, the connection between the consciousness and matter also. That is, they have come to that point only. They are trying to build up a relationship between the consciousness and mind, the consciousness and matter. Still they can't find the relationship. They used to read books, and they used to publish some books. They have published lots of books under the relationship between the consciousness and matter, but still they also couldn't give a clear definition for that relationship. With that idea, now we can come to a conclusion that the universe's origin is a place where that existed, that took place before creating our mind also. Then the other thing is, then if the universe's origin took place before our mind created, then we have to we will get an idea that our mind cannot figure it out. If we try to define, or if we try to understand, figure out the universe's origin through our six senses, that will never happen. That is the problem. That is why the scientists until today they cannot define the universe's origin. We always, and the scientists are always trying to figure out this using the experience of six senses. We have six senses: the eyes, nose, tongue, the ears, the body, and mind. Those are the six senses. Everything that we experience, everything that we think, imagine, everything is based on the experiences of six senses only. As the universe originated before the six senses origination of the six senses, then we cannot use these six senses to figure out the universe's origin. Therefore, if an individual wants to experience, wants to figure out the universe's origin, that person has to liberate the six senses. Liberate from six senses, and then he has to awaken the wisdom and experience the universe's origin. That's the most important point. we cannot experience it through the six senses. It is beyond our six senses. So this is also what we are introducing as the universe's origin, that no one has ever heard about it even. Even if you read in the known history, some historical documents, historical factors, you will never be able to find this. These facts you cannot find. So this is the first time that we unveil this content, and my spiritual teacher also, how did he experience this? How did he figure out this? Is by liberating the six senses only. An individual needs to have great wisdom to experience this, because by liberating the six senses and to go to the universe's origin. Even I also learned from him, and my experience also the same way. After liberating the six senses only, I was also able to experience the universe's origin. That is why the modern sciences, physicist philosophers cannot define this. We have to understand that actually they keep talking, they keep introducing different theories, but nothing will work, nothing is correct. There can be only one truth in the universe. There can't be two truths. This is the ultimate truth. There's no truth beyond this. This is the unique truth. And now, when it comes to modern sciences, the physical sciences cannot explain the life sciences. We can't link the physical sciences with life sciences. And that is why when it comes to the origination of the world, of the universe, scientists give one origination physical. For the matter, the origination of matter, they introduce as the Big Bang. And for the beings, for the human beings, they introduce the evolution theory. But they can't link those two together. They can't link. And those two are also not acceptable. Many intellectual people around the world, even scientists, philosophers, question the Big Bang as well as the evolution theory. But nobody could introduce a new one to debunk those. The Big Bang theory or the evolution theory or even the space-time curve, the fake in those things, nobody could debunk that yet. But when it comes to our explanation, when it comes to this content, we debunk everything. We don't want to criticize anyone. That is their intellectual level. They are also wise, but up to some extent. That is why they cannot they cannot experience these. That is their level of wisdom. But greater wisdom can unveil the ultimate truth, can break those fake theories, and can introduce the true ones that are everlasting. And also, if we talk about many spiritual teachers around the world, they keep talking, they used to talk about a unique origin. What they say is, we all have come from the same origin. They used to say, we all are the same, there's no difference between us, they used to say. Many spiritual teachers discuss about that. But they also cannot define that uniqueness between us and the matter. They just tell, but nobody could define it clearly yet. And the followers Disciples take their word and continue from there onwards, but nobody can define that ultimate truth. How did we originate? How did the matter, plants and beings were originated? How did they originate? Now, that is why we introduce a unique origin for everything. We are introducing the universe's origin, and it is the unique origin for all plants, beings, mind as well as matter. At the universe's origin, there's only three fundamental elements. From those three elements only everything started to originate. Those are light, mass and time. Those are the purest elements in the universe. And these three elements exist. They exist together as a single creation at the origin. And the universe originated before an infinite time ago. We can't even find, we have no idea, nobody can say that when did that originate. Such a long time, such a long history. Then not only that, the universe's origin exists forever. Even today it exists. But it's at an infinite distance away from us. It exists at an infinite distance away from us, and nobody can reach there. You can reach there, you can go there through your great wisdom only by liberating six senses. And also, the universe originated from a vacuum. At the beginning there was no universe. There was only a vacuum. From the vacuum only everything started to originate. Light, mass and time, they exist as forces at the origin. Now we also experience light, mass and time in our world. The light, mass and time that we experience in our world are completely different from this light, mass and time. And we are getting now, I'll give you a brief introduction about these three elements at the universe's origin. How do they exist there? Now, let's take light first. We get light from a source. There must be a source, either the sun, moon or any other artificial source must be there for us to produce light. Then, but at the universe's origin, there is no light source, no sun, moon, there is nothing. There's only a vacuum and only these three elements present. So no light source. Then, but the light exists there, that's the wisdom. And also in our world, the light is traveling from one place to another. But this light doesn't travel. It doesn't travel, no movement. It cannot travel also because this is in a vacuum. In the vacuum, nothing can travel through because no space. There must be a space for something to travel from one place to another place. As there's no space at the origin, there's only a vacuum. So there's no space for light to travel. The light is not traveling there. And let's consider the mass. When we talk about the mass, let's take 50 grams of sugar. There's lots of sugar particles in 50 grams mass. And that's a collection. Then if we take a single sugar, one sugar particle from that 50 grams, that also has a mass. That's also collection. Then that small single particle is also made out of atoms. Atoms have a mass. Then the nucleus, when we go inside the atom, we get protons and neutrons. Those are also made out of matter, and those particles, the quarks, also carry a mass. Always the mass represents some collection. Mass represents a collection. That collective feature comes from the universe's origin. So the mass at the origin, mass exists as a force, and what does this force do? It can collect things. Mass is a force that can collect things. That is the behavior of mass at the universe's origin, even though there's matter not created yet. There isn't any matter. So the collecting ability, collecting characteristics comes from the universe's origin, right? And then we'll talk about the time. We experience the time in our world. The time elapses in our world. Time elapses, it doesn't exist. When we do some work, the time elapses. That the time has brought us a transient world. But at the universe's origin, the time exists. It never elapses. It exists without changing forever at the universe's origin. So those are the differences. And time also exists as a force. And the other thing is, at the universe's origin, and the characteristics of light, mass and time come to our world from the universe's origin. So that when it comes to time and light, the time is an incomplete element. The time exists at the origin, but it cannot show up by itself. It is there. How does the time how does it show that it exists? The light is the force that shows up the time. Light completes the time, and then it shows up the time, that the time is existing. If there's no light, time cannot be shown. Time is a framework, and it cannot show up by itself. So the light is the force that shows up the time. Light fills into the time and shows up the time. And the light completes the time. And also the light represents the completeness or the perfectness. Light is a complete thing. It shows the completeness or perfectness. And the mass is the collective force. That is how we can define these three elements at the universe's origin. Then we'll go to the force cube. Now, when we talk about the universe's origin and the universal sciences, we are introducing how every creation, how everything is created in the universe. How did the plants, beings and matter, everything created in the universe. Then the universe never creates the objects first. For an example, let's consider our body, we have a nose, 2 eyes, and a mouth and 2 ears. We take the head part. Then the universe never creates the nose separately, mouth separately, ears and eyes separately and combine. No, that's not the way. The universe, first of all, sets up the theories, sets up the plan, or sets up the wisdom, establishes the plan, theories, or the wisdom, the universal wisdom to create everything. Then, after establishing the wisdom to create a human being, or to create a plant, or to create the sun or moon, any other material, solids, liquids, or any other material, substance, it first of all the universe sets up the universal wisdom, the theory for that creation, and after that only the matter fills into that and creates the full object. According to the plan only everything happens after that. Otherwise, if the how we don't know how the nose is created after many years, how the mouth is created after many years. There can be different shapes of mouth with different functionalities. But if there's a single theory that has to be used for every creation, then all human beings have the mouths with the same functionality. And no one has to worry about how to join the eyes and nose and the mouth together. Where should I put the mouth? Where should I put the nose? Nobody has to worry. The universe doesn't have to worry about that if it has set up the clear plan, a fixed, everlasting plan. That's what the universe does. So from the origin itself, the universe is doing that only. It's setting up, establishing the plans, theories. Those are called universal wisdom, or extraordinary wisdom, or supernatural wisdom. So the first theory is that existing together. Previously there was a vacuum and there was no universe. Now the universe knows that these three elements exist together as a single creation. And at the origin we cannot distinguish light, mass and time. Because light exists as mass exists as time exists as light. So everything can exist like the other thing. It's not easy to distinguish those. That is why spiritual teachers say that we all are the same, even though there's three elements, but they exist together, so that very hard to distinguish. And so that's a wisdom, hard to distinguish. They exist together as a single creation. So that's a universal wisdom. And then only the universe sets up the plan to create a force cube. The force cube. The universe then creates the force cube as the next step. And using the light, mass and time. Universe uses light along this edge, time along this edge, and along this edge is the mass. Using those, it creates a cube. As light, mass and time exist as in the form of forces, we call this as a force cube. Then at the origin, the light, mass and time are identical to each other, cannot be distinguished. Therefore, when the universe creates why does the universe create a cube? Because those three are identical. and the lengths are equal, so it creates the cube. You might think that creating a cube is so simple. Why does the universe create a cube with so much wisdom? With thinking that it has to be a well-established theory for the later creations, consequent creations. Because universe doesn't know anything. It knows only the three elements exist together, only that it knows. Then when you all are studying this, when you all are following this content also, you apply that same method. You have to think that the way as the universe thought these steps. Universe didn't know anything, there was no universe. From the beginning it's creating everything now. So like that. Because now when we are thinking about a cube, it's a simple thing for us in our world. We have seen so many cubes. But the cubes in our world are dead cubes. And whereas this is a living cube. This cube can do infinite things. It carries infinite energy, infinite forces, infinite capacity, infinite wisdom, because everything originated in the universe from the force cube only. So it must have an immense power, immense forces. That the force cube can do anything in the universe, anything in the world. To create this kind of a force cube, the universe needs to know that it has to set up the light, mass and time in three perpendicular planes, because the angles has to be 90 degrees and the planes of the cube has to be at 90 degrees to each other, and then it has to join the planes to make the force cube. So all these steps are the theories, the plans of the universe, the wisdom of the universe. And then after that, after creating the force cube, the universe creates the nucleus within the force cube. If there is a nucleus in the universe, in any creation, there must be a force cube. If there is a force cube, there must be a nucleus. That's at the center, and this nucleus is not at all similar to the nucleus that we are familiar in chemistry and physics. In chemistry and physics, we know the nucleus of sodium atom and magnesium atom. We are familiar with that, but sodium magnesium nuclei are consisted of matter, quarks. They are made out of quarks, and but this nucleus is not consisted of any matter. Not consisted of any matter, because matter has not created there yet in the universe. These are only forces. So this nucleus is a collection of forces only. There's no matter in it. We all are connected to the force cube and the universe's origin. From the origin only, the universe created the force cube. We all are connected to the force cube, and this is also, the force cube is also an everlasting creation that exists forever. Nobody can destroy this. Nobody can destroy even the universe's origin. Nobody can do that. If this is destroyed, the entire universe will be vanished in a second, because this is the origin. This is the, from here onwards only, this only creates everything in the universe. Then after creating the nucleus, the universe creates the sphere within the force cube. This sphere, the sphere represents the origin of genes. This is where the genes originated in the universe first. The genes show the characteristics of the color, skin color, the roughness, smoothness, the intelligence. So it represents those characteristics, and those characteristics start here. Not only that, this sphere surface, this sphere is the origin of sensitivity. The plants and beings have sensitivity to sense things in the world. So that sensitivity begins from here onwards only. And so there is there are set of theories established now up to the point where the sphere is created. The universe has set up established theories, the plans, and the force cube receives energy continuously from the universe for to maintain, to continue the other creations, to continue the plants, beings and worlds, everything. For that the force cube receives energy continuously. And if one experiences the universe's origin, he will experience the force cube also. Then his brain awakens. Brain means the wisdom, extraordinary wisdom awakens. That's not this physical brain that is which is in our head. That's a physical brain that originated after a long time after the force cube created. So the person who owns the force cube, or who has got the brain awakened, they also have an immense wisdom, immense power, immense infinite capabilities, infinite forces. They also carry those, they own those, because they have gone to the origin of creation of everything through the wisdom only. And then let's move to the universal sciences, the third topic. Universal sciences, from the force cube, the other creations, plants, beings, society, the world, and all these things are created by the force cube.